Let me just welcome you to our annual meeting. And this particular meeting, as you might have paid attention to and noticed out front, we've got some brand new GM vehicles that are gorgeous. And in a few moments, we're going to be getting a presentation from them. We've got Melissa, which most of you do know from Axis Group here in town, but we also have Joe Lamuralia. I blew it. Lamuralia. And Kelly Wasaki. They're down from Michigan. They've come down to enjoy our good weather today. And they'll be giving brief chats about the new vehicles before you get a chance to go out and actually see them and drive them and so on. And let's see, I think to start, Ron, maybe we'll get you to stand up first. If you could just bring us up to date on judging for the auto show, please.
Yes, well, as you know, we're going to have our judging panel in place. Mr. Borton is going to replace Howard Walker, who will not be with us this year. He's still in Europe. And Mr. Kecklin has disappeared. So, who's replacing Howard? I'm replacing Howard. Oh, you're replacing Howard. Who's replacing Kecklin?
Here.
Pepe.
Yes.
Pepe Delpino is going to sit in for Mr. Kecklin. And our panel of judges is pretty much the same as last year, aside from those two. And gentlemen, the ladies, our female judge, we will meet 1 o'clock on November the 8th, the day before press day, and we'll walk the show and wait to our judging and come back and, as we usually do, hash it out and pick our winners. Any questions? Good, and I'll see you all there on November the 8th at the Miami Convention Center. I'm trying to arrange parking so you can park in the parking lot. You won't have to pay to park in the parking building here, and I'll let you know by email on that.
Boy, good luck if you can pull that one off.
Looking forward to a great auto show.
Yeah, the challenge of the year to get that done. Tony, did you want to say something?
No. Only thing that, as we talked about before, is to continue to, be ready to engage Riding Smiles. I think we have to make sure that we're collectively in the post on that. Really gear up, plan ahead on how that media is going to be broadcast afterwards. If we plan beforehand, it's a lot easier. So let us know what you're going to be doing on that in advance, and I think that kind of leads us right into that.
I'll speak briefly about Rides and Smiles. First of all, and with apologies to our host from GM, I want to turn to a little bit of a negative with our group. Thankfully, it's a small negative here, but something that bothered me immensely. Jaime, our president, as you can see, isn't here today. He's in Colombia. I spoke with him this morning, and he passes on regrets to all and being unable to attend, but he doesn't get back till tomorrow. Apparently the girls down there won't love. Oh no, sorry. He's going to come back tomorrow. He brought up something to me that a couple of members, I have no idea who, and I quite frankly don't want to find out who, expressed dismay about my perceived favoritism at the Rides and Smiles event, and giving out the good cars to my friends and not taking care of our members and so on. And I want to point out, vehicles, for example, like we had a Maserati there last year, a Ferrari 458, we had a Ford GT, Audi R8, V10 Audi R8. Those are private cars who are owned by people that I know who have been good enough, out of the goodness of their hearts, to come to the event, wear out their own tires, they pay for all their own gas. This is something that these people get off their butts and do for the goodness of Miami and the hospitals. They help us all immensely. This is not favoritism. I do show favoritism with one person who comes to the event. For 2 straight years, Kurt drives all the way down from Jacksonville at his own expenses once again. He pays for hotel rooms for 2 nights for he and his wife, and just has this amazing gift of being able to give for our day. I have made sure that for his tremendous generosity, he gets a really nice car to drive, because he goes above and beyond. I mean, I think this is tremendous that he does this, and yeah, I'm happy to reward him. I saw the other end of the scale last year with someone who I do know who did this, and it upset me greatly, that they phoned up 3 days before the event, even though I tell everybody, right after the first event's over, I say, okay, let me know for next year. I want to know who's interested in driving, who's interested in helping. This person called me 3 days before the event and said, quote, I have decided to drive. How nice, out of the goodness of his heart, he had decided to drive. And that he didn't want to drive an ordinary, mundane vehicle. He wanted to drive something hot, so would I please put him in an M3 BMW? And I explained the facts of life to him. This is not about him getting a fun day in the racetrack, this is about giving back to the kids. And he said, well, but I planned the whole weekend around this, and now you're throwing a wrench into my plans. I said, how about coming down to volunteer? Take the children by the hand, walk them to the cars. It fell on deaf ears, he didn't show up. That's the other end of the spectrum. Most of our members here have been sensational. Some, like Kurt, have just been outstanding. I'm constantly overwhelmed by their generosity. But Tony brought up a really good point. You all can help immensely. Please, please, please call whoever you can to get publicity for this event. Not for a SAMA organization, not for me, not for anybody driving the cars. For the kids and for the Wounded Warriors in the afternoon and for the manufacturers. Without having Chevrolet there giving us the Corvette, Camaro, and Lisa Barrow always sends a Viper and a Challenger, on and on down the line. This is who we have to thank, because the more publicity we can get them, they see films on TV or they read articles in the paper. Oh, hey, here's a picture of our car, rides and smiles. Suddenly their participation is justified, and for next year we get better and better vehicles. Now the same thing I think applies to the auto show. If all of us write about the show in advance, we can do more to encourage our readers, our viewers to come to the show to see maybe cars of their dreams. This is all going to go around a circle, because the more people we encourage to come to the show, the greater the participation by the manufacturers, the better the vehicles that get in the press fleet, they sell more, and on and on and on. We're there to, speaking of the auto show I'm talking about, John we are there to entertain our readers and our viewers and to encourage them to take part in this auto show, to come and see what is new. So the more we can do ahead of time, use your contacts to encourage people to come in. All right, the end of my soapbox spiel. Joe, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'm going to bore you guys for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Please.